Alright, I'm going to be talking about the path goal theory of leadership a little bit. The path goal theory of leadership was developed by Robert House, which was an extension and revision off the work by Martin Evans, and he's done with it. It's based off the expectancy theory, which we learned back in chapter 4. At the base of it, the theory says leaders are effective because of their impact on subordinate motivation, ability to perform effectively, and satisfaction. It's called the path goal theory because it focuses on how the leader influences the subordinates' perceptions of their goals and paths to goal attainment. The leader has 3 motivational functions: increase balances associated with work goal attainment, increase instrumentals of work goal attainment for the acquisition of personal outcomes, increase the expectancy that effort will result in work goal attainment. And then when you look at path goal leaders' behaviors, there's 4 different types. For example, we have directive leadership, which is characterized by a leader who lets subordinates know what is expected of them and tells them how to do it. This kind of branches off a little bit and is similar to the initiating structure, which we learned previously in the chapter. Another one is supportive leadership, which is characterized by a friendly and approachable leader who shows concern for the status, well-being, and needs of subordinates. This is like the consideration, which we also learned earlier in the chapter. Participative leadership is characterized by a leader who consults with subordinates and asks for their suggestions, which he or she seriously considers to be before making a decision. And then last, achievement-oriented leadership, which is characterized by a leader who sets challenges, expects subordinates to perform at their highest level, and shows confidence that subordinates will meet their expectations. They try to explain how each type of these leadership affects the certain subordinates, and some of the factors are the satisfaction of the subordinates' acceptance of the leader, the degree to which subordinates feel their effort will result in performance, and the degree to which subordinates feel their performance will result in rewards, which is kind of like instrumentals. When you look at contingency factors, there's 2 different types of contingency factors, which are both subordinate characteristics and task characteristics. If you wanted to look on page 411, figure 8.4, it has a diagram that shows you what those are based off of and what they do. An example are like subordinates who don't feel they have the ability to master their task will probably react positively to direct leadership. And if this job is highly structured, subordinates will see directive leadership as unnecessary and will resent it. Look at leaders to be sensitive and flexible, and by that we mean examples of what works best for them. You know, what works when, what works the most effective, what's just the best for them, and what we're working around their schedule and not so much around the leader's schedule. Also, and lastly, what I'd like to end on is to be a good path goal theory leadership, the ability to adapt leader behaviors to the demands of the task and subordinates is a critical skill to being good at the path goal leader theory of leadership.